This lesson is titled Donald Duck Fractions, the Yays and Nays of Zero in Fractions. I frequently have students who are confused when a zero turns up in a fraction. They don't understand why it's okay in one instance, when the zero is in the numerator, but it's not acceptable to have zero in the denominator. So this lesson is going to address that. Let's take a look at each example. Here we have a zero in the numerator. Let's remember what a fraction is actually telling us. The bottom number, the denominator, tells us how many pieces are in all. In this example, you can see that this pizza has been cut into 6 slices, and that's what the number on the denominator tells us. The numerator tells us how many, in this case, how many we've eaten, how many out of all of the pieces we're talking about. Now, it is acceptable to say that a pizza has been cut into 6 slices and we've eaten 0 of them. In math, it is acceptable to have 0 in the numerator. All it's saying is if you have 0 over 6 or 0 on top of any other number, it just means the number 0. And 0 pizza is actually pretty sad, but it is acceptable in math. However, this one is not okay. Why isn't it okay to have 0 in the denominator? Well, we can look at it 2 different ways. First of all, if we remember that this is how many in all, well, it really doesn't make any sense to have a pizza that's cut into 0 slices and you eat 6 of them. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. But where this really has problems is when you look at this and you remember that a fraction is actually a division problem. I know that's kind of hard to wrap your head around, but it is. It's just another way of writing division. So this is 6 divided by 0. Another way of looking at that is 0 times what equals 6. Now, hopefully you're already recognizing can't be anything. If I put a 6 right there, well, 0 times 6 does not equal 6. It equals 0. So the really important thing to remember here is the key word, that when you have a 0 in the denominator, the key word here is undefined. Really, really important to remember that. And it's going to come up not just in fractions, but you're going to see it in slope when you're working with equations that have lines called linear equations. Now you might be wondering, why is Donald Duck involved in this little lesson here? Well, let me ask you a question. Have you ever noticed that Donald Duck wears a shirt but no pants? It's kind of perverted if you ask me, but you see here that Donald has nothing on downstairs. So if we have a fraction that has nothing on downstairs, we're going to call that a Donald Duck fraction. And this is simply a way of helping us to remember that it's not okay to have the 0 on the bottom, but it is okay to have the 0 on the top. So this is a Donald Duck fraction, and it's not okay. It's not acceptable. So, yay for having the 0 on top, nay for having the 0 on the bottom. And the key word to remember is the word undefined. And the way we're going to remember it is Donald Duck fractions.